everything about Amazon was wrong.
Yeah.
Like the way that they teach or they show about Amazon. So the word Amazon, you know where it comes, is familiar for you. This is not Spanish actually. Amazon was the word of the women warriors from the Greek mythology or the past, where there's a big and strong women that they have warriors, and they were special, strong women. They were the Amazons. So when some, I don't know, exactly one European explorer in Amazon, they were describing those communities and they were creating these stories about cannibalism and savage people on the Amazon, in that forest, that they compare with the Amazons, like them. So they give that name after the Greek women warriors because they thought, oh, here they have beasts, these animals, and these humans that are cannibalists and they are very savage, and it's like describing the Amazon in the Greek mythology. So can you see this is really unfair? This is really ugly name. This is that it doesn't have anything to do with the forest and anything with all the things that we know, the diversity, biodiversity that we have, all these communities, all the richness of the, like the minerals that are there, all the water, the Amazon, all the animals that only exist in that river that are unique. You know, the dolphins, like the pink dolphins, is the unique species that nowhere other river have, just Amazon. And the origin of the humans, according to Amazon's communities, is those dolphins. And those dolphins are unique. So it's, yeah, it has something to do, like these beings, they have an intelligence that even you humans don't have.
They have souls. Advanced.
They
Advanced souls.
they behave like humans, not like better than humans. I mean, not in human shape, but they have sense of feeling, protection, or everything. They very special beings. So the Amazon is full of these wonders and wonderful things. And the Europeans or the people who give that name were just thinking in this comparison to give a name for something that hasn't anything to do with that, you know. Now the books, the people, everything, we use that word and we associate it. But if we want to give the real place, we start the same. We don't call America Maravillosa. We start to give the right name, or at least not call something with a different energy. This place doesn't have the energy of that name or that origin, right? So this is the first thing that we have to start to decode, like to change. Don't see like this name. It doesn't represent that universe. So we have to ask them, how do these people who have living in the forest, how do they call the region itself? What name do they give to the place? That is a beautiful question, because there we're going to find meanings behind that that really describe and connect the deep nature like connection that they have with that, and not an foreign observation, you know. So it has been very unfair that the Europeans give the story of this part of the world just with ideas that doesn't have anything with here. Names after people, names after ideas that are really far away and disconnected. So before to go immerse in the Amazon, how we call now, we have to take apart that idea. We take it after we know what Amazon means, and then okay, this is nothing about this forest.
We dissolve that concept.
Yes, we dissolve, and
It's
then
it's like a veil that covers what's truly there.
yeah, and then we start to what you just mentioned, what you just did.
Veil.
Yes, dissolve, right? And we start. This is the first step to dissolve all what it brought, because now all these ideas and everything is like what we know about Amazon is from external eyes and from external ideas, like external interpretations. But we start to listen to people who really are there, who really live there, who really understand and create that part. We're gonna take out that veil and see a better reality. So this is the thing that I think that we have to understand before, like to go into something deeper of this place.
Thank you for the preparation.
Yeah.
As you were talking, it was dissolving, like completely, and I started accessing through your words, the images that appeared from your words. I started accessing the real essence of the place. And now this soft feeling is there, and curiosity, and that veil is gone. Is something to experience, and this is I wanted to say something about that. The name is indeed is the place to start to. But the fact that they called it Amazon for how many years? 400 years, 500 years, right?
More than 500.
Because that name places a veil. Do you know what the positive side is of that?
That is protected?
It's protection. That's what I've observed with other places in other countries and continents as well. And people also carrying this name. And is literally like this veil that kept part of it invisible. And yes, it gave it the sense of mystery and wildness and darkness. But that is also what kept people away. It was what some people, at least some dark forces, and protection. Which was important to protect certain energies and awareness, like knowledge, connection to nature, until we arrived in this time. And you're absolutely right. Now it is time to take that veil away.
Yes, and because we don't have that much time here, like in this interview, maybe we're gonna do it later. But to complete this initiation, all what is now there is more access to the place. Scientific people have been there, companies have been there, business people have the resources to go to the Amazon, and literally it had been destroyed physically. If we speak about geography and environment, it is right now is destroying. The forest is getting less and less forest, and it is erasing not just the plants and all the animal kingdom or the communities, but the thing is that these mysteries, like people already have access to that, to the place in general. And all with the information that we have through the books, through the history, through all of that, it has been kind of that now it's time to adapt about that. That all what we know about this place, even though when now is possible to, because there are now new signs of what really was there that is even bigger than the people think, and now is not just in the forest, so dense forest, a little community here, there, did living in perfection, but it looks that they were just like the last part of a group of people that really were before them living in a big scales, because again, like in other places, these indigenous, they just see some mysteries, like they didn't do some things that already appear when they are there. I don't know if this is confused, right? For example, there are communities that they guard some stones with inscriptions, and those inscriptions are very old, but they didn't. When that community appeared, that information already was there long ago.
So they were guarding.
They were guarding something very ancient for many, many, many.
Until this time. So.
And it looks like this is coming even when the forest wasn't there. It was before.
Yeah.
I said there are cities of some civilizations that
Before the
now,
forest was
before
there.
the forest were taking all of that, or they were living in the forest with such a big scale that the forest and they were part of the same system. But it's not just like random little communities hiding in the forest. It was a very organized and civilized world living among the forest, or at that time maybe was very different. And that civilization has some signs, and the new, like the people who are now in the forest, is just like the guards of that, or they understood that this was their origin or their past, their ancestors from there. But what we know, received information and everything, is just that the people migrated in the forest, they adapted and created here, there, and living in the forest and understood the forest, and no. But is even have more than that. And the information that they have, that access direct to the spirit plants, because that the forest people is very good at is to become the forest itself, communicate with the spirits, the plant spirits, and receive. They are very good at that. That is skills, that ability is something that came with from very, very ancient times. From those inscriptions that they are guarding, that maybe they don't know what exactly was that. So that will break everything what we know, because the conception of the Amazons has been very misunderstood always. There is something bigger. And when we just found now, it's just maybe the last tip of something bigger that was hiding there. But this is against all the typical information that we receive from the Amazon, from this forest. So, yeah, just to open a big discussion about that.
I need to start being prepared.
And is will be the starting for the opportunity to be in Brazil, to be in this majestic place where is the core is the Amazon. So if you're gonna have this opportunity to be in the Amazon, I mean, being in Brazil is being in the whole forest. You're gonna see these two phases, how it has been environmental, environmental, change it like this affection, but at the same time you will have the opportunity to be in the place, like the real thing. So yeah, this is maybe the introduction to these things that is waiting for you.
Yeah.
And you get some pinches, like some, for example, visit some communities that come from that forest here in Bogota.
Where are you going now?
Yeah, like just I have to finish this because I am going to meet them now.
Is it
Community from the Amazon that migrates here, right?
And they are trying to organize their people here, but it is like another story to see why they are here, why they are not in the forest anymore. It has a very important reason. I mean, they they shouldn't be here.
And you took me one time, so I got to meet them.
You met them, so you can, like,
Wow.
if people are listening, that you can later like give your impression, like what you perceive and what was your experience meeting with them, and it will be complemented with all the things that you are going to find in Brazil, and it will be kind of starting for something that is going to grow. Yes, so many things have to be revealed from that part of the world. I mean, when we come to Abya Jala, it's an unique place, and it's that river, the beings that are on the water in that river, and who are in the forest, not just the humans there, but more than that. So yeah.
Oh, it's incredible images appear as you talk like that. It produces completely different. It changes that whole veil, takes it away. But, yeah. Wow. Yeah. Thank you.